Why can't I have one good fucking day? Oh, I just bent down. Oh, frick. I bent down to pick something up and something in my neck just started moving around. Oh. Yeah. Fucking stiff neck, just like that. I think I broke something in my neck a long time ago. It just moves around. I just get these sharp pains in my neck. Can't really look down, but never mind me. Look what I'm building in pain. So we put the top laterals on this morning. Fuck. Now we're doing the bottom. How high do I go? I don't know. I went 3. Is that too high? Is that too low? Probably too low. I don't know yet. We're gonna work this out as we go. I will put electric wire where it needs to be, maybe on the outside, kind of out, so that they don't try to step. I don't think they can step over this, but whatever. We'll just kind of build it as we go. He's saying, why are you leaving a gap? Didn't want to leave a gap. This wood's not perfect. It's logs, natural curves. Never gonna line up flush anyways, and don't have so much wood, so I calculated 75. Probably gonna have to go cut some, but this is how we're doing it. So I'm just trying to notch the best I can. Don't look at that one, look at this one. That's a good one. This one too here, kind of just whatever, one nail, hold it in. Oh, I wish I could just not have a sore neck right now. It would be great. Oh, very great. So I'm gonna have to trim, make sure the next one fits on the middle of the post. I cut the sides thinking I was gonna fit them in the middle. That's just too much work. This cowboy shit doesn't have to be complicated. So I also made this brace this morning because there's going to be a gate, another 15-foot gate coming to here. So when that is open, the two form a one gate. That way we don't have to worry about running into gates. We're gonna have one gate at the end of this. Gotta do that yet, but one thing at a time. So I'm gonna board this up too. Yeah, lots to do, and I'm just one man. If I had a couple guys here, that would go quick. All right, welcome back to another video, everybody. Just shredded a bale with my stiff neck. My neck is still stiff. I can barely look out the window. Feel like an old man, just kind of looking around corners without turning my head. I got better quality hay, I swear to God, this time. And the cows better eat it. So we're trying to get good feed for these lactating cows. Fresh cows. Winter's coming slowly. So we're going to be starting to put we're putting corn grain on top of this hay, just to give them a little boost. Just don't know the recommended amount or how much I should. My brother said 10 pounds a head, and that's a lot. I'll just go half of that, maybe like 250 pounds. I think that's what I'm going to start with. I got no way of putting it on though, so I'm going to have to bucket it out of. I'll put it in the bucket and just shovel it out. Hopefully these cows follow. I don't think they will though, so I'm not going to close the gate. I'll be back. As it got done feeding, I'm covered in corn dust. Cows can't quite figure out the corner here. I don't know why. It's about time to get out of here. It's going to start raining. We're officially done pasturing. Into feeding we go. It's annoying. Yeah, it's annoying. It's pretty annoying. You guys can stop now. It's pretty annoying. You guys don't know where the gate is. You've been through here about 100 times in your life. So, now you know. I have to pick up this bucket before they run their shins into it. Eat all the corn out of it. Hey, hey! Should have seen that one coming. It's not self-serve, sorry. Dummies. They're not dumb, I'm the dummy. Go eat the damn corn. I put it out in the hay. What's the problem with these corners? Can't quite figure it out. Oh, how dumb do you have to be? Come on! Oh no, how do I get around the corner? Go! Come on! Go! Up, up! Move it! Come back here with it. Side by side. Push them in. Especially the calves. They're all mucho confused. This grade's real short. It wasn't much to begin with. Rock. We had taken the second cut off here. We shouldn't have, but we did. We gotta feed those steers of our neighbors that were gonna be backgrounding, so we needed the feed. And then we subsequently took the feed away from our cows, so not a good move, but we gotta have to improve our hay fields sooner or later. So hopefully they're gonna eat this hay. They're not going to, they're just gonna go through and get all the you're not eating the hay, you're eating the grain. So we put down maybe 250 pounds of corn, grain corn, ground. Found a TMR, or I found a bale shredder on Richie with an auger and a tank in the back. Out in Saskatchewan. Looking like it's gonna be a rainy day. Put down some bedding. See the steam rolling off of it. I'm not too sure if one of these days I'm gonna blow out a bale here and it's just gonna burst into flames. Once it gets the oxygen, it's gonna engulf. I don't think so. It's actually pretty nice bedding. It's warm. It's preheated. We have a preheated bedding pack for our cows this morning. They're gonna love it. We're supposed to get an inch of rain today, so that's why I took the cows out of that pasture, even though they were well due to get out of there a couple days ago. They just don't want to give up that grass. They know that the next grass they're going to get is in May. We might actually get some earlier forage on them. We're going to try to put them in some cover crops in April. Alright, welcome back to another video, everybody. Saturday, November 23rd. So, I got some reinforcements. Devin's helping me. We've changed this around, changed the hinges around, hung that. We hung this one too. Problem with this one was it was very high, but it's high like we want it for the snow, and it wasn't matching up with this one, so we flipped these hinges around, took the brace out, pulled the post of the excavator and re-straightened it and tightened it. So today's a good day. We're getting all that old shit that we need to get done. The only thing we're gonna be waiting on is vaccines, and then we can get our cattle up here. This is the head rail. We were thinking of all the things we could put here to get rid of the mud. That's gonna create poor cement. It's $3,500 of cement. Or I was thinking of making a swamp mat. 4x8 beams. What, 10 feet long? 4-foot sections.
Like a boardwalk.
Or just nail them down.
2 ways.
This is where we're at with this one. Post is straight. Ground's not. Posts are big. I have to professionally notch that out. I didn't think about tightening it actually. So that has to go longer. So yeah, keep that like that and tighten it at that side. And that one has to go in, but it's already maxed out. So the problem with these is the cows like to play with them. They like to turn them. So if you don't tighten them, the cows will actually bite on them and turn them out. Should weld them. So this one we changed up. We used mesh. Devin had some leftover mesh from his house, so we used that. Made it a lot easier. So this is where we're going to drive through. We're going to be coming from there, driving in here, turning it around, feeding, and then leaving. I don't want any backing up or jackknifing or anything, so we got a big yard to turn. The only problem is the cows are hungry. As soon as I come through, they're going to follow me. I don't know. It depends on which side the feeder or forage way. Yeah, well, I don't want to do that.
Back in from the belt.
Yeah, that's it. I got to back in through a bush trail.
Oh, look, it's going up.
Yeah, it is going up. So we got this one to hang, and then we got the one at the end closing up the whole area. I really wanted 2 gates down there, but we're just budget cut and we run out of time and we don't need to do that. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, ain't nothing like a gate you don't gotta pick up. Not quite yet. So yeah, we're gonna do some excavation. I think. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna put a brace yet. That brace might pull it in.
Yeah, we should still pull that with the excavator.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. I don't know if we need to slow, because they're just gonna get caught up in the brace.
Oh, if you need braces?
Yeah.
Do it later if you want. Just put boards.
Because I'll pull it up.
Put boards.
Yeah.
Act like a wall.
That's fucking insane how well the post pounder puts them in. Alright, let's continue. We gotta close this up. Alright, we just got done putting in the last gate. I'm very emotional. This has been a long journey. I'm very emotional. 2 months of work finally coming to an end. We put in our last post. We put in about 500 posts this year, and this is our last one for now. So, I wanted a 30-foot gate, but we were short steel. We were supposed to go here, but we're just gonna wire it up now. And if we ever need it, actually, we're gonna just throw it in. But now I gotta just finish a little bit of wiring here and there, close up the little loose ends here and whatever's left over, and all the big stuff's pretty much done. We just gotta clean up. And like I said, we're waiting on those vaccines for the calves. We got this one-shot vaccine that we're gonna be trying on our young calves in the fall group, the 2 to 3 month old. So we're waiting on that, along with all the other vaccines for all the other cows, and then we're gonna run up in a chute and bring them up here. Now we just gotta bag out. Devin's gonna get going on the excavator. He's all excited about that. about had enough with that excavator. I'm so fed up with it. So I'm gonna let him go on it. He's gonna push all this roots and topsoil into a big pile so they can rot. And once they all rot, then we're gonna spread the topsoil back. And we're gonna try to put some corn in here next spring once the cows are out. Suck up all that nutrients that's in the ground. And hopefully make the soil useful. So I'm really screwing the pooch here, trying to get out of here. So the little sticks and stuff they're not, cows don't care about for them, just for us. We try to pick up some manure. It's gonna be a little difficult. So we're gonna load up these posts. They're still good. And like I said, all this has got to get pushed up. We got some trees that got to go in the burn pile. And yeah, Greg Judy here, Green Pastures Farms. I'm just joking. Been watching too much Greg Judy lately. It's stuck in my head every time I turn on the camera. Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farms here. So, all joking aside, Devin's ripping the excavator. He's trying to push that brush pile away from the trees and from the fence. He's just having a good time, fun time. We could have made a whole series on fixing that excavator, but we still have a lot of fixing to do on that thing. It hasn't been a very good purchase, but we're fixing it as we go. It's just a little sketchy now. The hood's off of it. It's been overheating, but since fixed that problem, well, it got cooler. The weather fixed it. We didn't really fix it. Just finished wiring everything. I'm just gonna have to. I gotta put tensioners on everything yet. I don't have the wrench with me, but we're just gonna start cleaning up. Gotta come up here tomorrow with the tractor and the bucket, I think, and do some serious cleanup. And then we can't wait to turn the beasts loose. Can't wait to get the cows up here. I was contemplating if I should put a brace for this post here, being that it's on a gate and everything, but something like that. I'm actually going to cut this off. We don't need this anymore. I might use that for there, but I need some nails too. Short on supplies. And I got to cut all the tops nice and flush. Or I might leave them, I don't know. I started cutting the tops of the posts at an angle, and then I stopped, and I don't know. A lot of little stuff to do yet, but I'm pretty happy with this. I might just burn that brush pile someday. I thought we were gonna do it in the winter, but fuck, I think we should just get it done. So yeah, a lot of little stuff, but pretty much it. Let's go check the water. So, cows are theoretically gonna come here and eat. We're gonna be feeding our corn silage, and well, we're gonna be unrolling silage bales just with the front end loader as much as we can. Or just putting a couple bales. I don't know yet. See how that goes. So we don't want the calves eating it, even though we're gonna give them some baycocks. They're still a little too young. Saw a real good design that they call it fence line bale feeders. So it's basically like a bale feeder, but with one side open, so you can just drive in and dump it without have to go in with the cows. Kind of a cool idea, but you can't really move them around after that. So you need, kind of like this idea, you need a good floor. But we probably could accommodate that at the end or something someday. Just don't want to get too invested in this place. Got too invested. We're pretty invested in this, but not too much. More like time-wise invested. Financially, not so much. So,
these two gates are going to close. So this one we're going to be open, allowing them to come onto this little, there's a fence there. This is kind of like a, I don't know, just a smaller pen. The idea is we're going to make a corral in here one day. But basically they're going to be walking through the corral to get to water. And just so they get kind of familiar with that. You know, they're not in there once a year like a normal corral. They're always walking through, so they're kind of used to it. So when you want to really bring them in, we can just close a gate and they'll come in, theoretically. Anyways, so this is a little hike that they have to walk. Oh, that's another place. I still got to finish doing the wire at the end here. I'm glad I came by. So they gotta come for a little walk. It's actually really good for cows to walk a lot, especially in the winter time. Keeps all their muscles strong for calving. So we're gonna come walk up here and get a little drink. This is this rock here. This is my this is what controls the pump. So I gotta keep an eye on that rock. That's my on and off switch for the rock, or for the pump. So it's very low key. That's a pretty bad joke, but yeah, just gotta make sure the pump's pumping. Looks like she's pumping. So at the bottom of this, we got a couple car batteries, and we got a big sump pump, and that's pumping water. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm full of bad jokes right now. So yeah, we're gonna obviously close this up. The idea was to put a gate in here, so I have somewhat of better access if I have to come and maintenance this water. But as you can see, is no maintenance required. Just this here. Big old cows are gonna step in here, sink down. I don't know what to do yet. I should get some sand or gravel, because they're gonna muck all this up. I don't want them sinking too much. I don't know if they're gonna push up on this. It's another thing. So yeah, water system's going pretty good. I'm tempted to drink out of it, but my brother drank out of it a couple years ago, and he didn't leave the toilet for a couple days. So there's some E. coli or some, comes from a beaver pond up pretty far up. So there might be some stuff that it catches on the way down. So yeah, no thanks. Good tested though. Be a good idea to do. Probably better water than I have in my house. So yeah, we got some cleaning up to do yet, some junk to clean up, and we got to dump a load of sand. I think tomorrow we're gonna come up with a tractor and the dumper, move some stuff and bring some sand there. So this is kind of like a savanna pasture kind of thing. You know, we got big trees, a little bit of shade, and then the little trees taken out so that hopefully we can get something to grow here. It's pretty acidic, but stuff still does grow in acidic ground, believe it or not. I just wish I didn't make this pile here, but it's there for the next couple of years, unless we can get a big excavator in and move it. But we got to haul it through this little gate, so I think it's gonna stay there for now. Kind of bake this so that they can get out of the weather if there is, but I don't know. So yeah, we had a mongrel of a time. I had trouble yesterday by myself trying to reinstall this post, and me and my brother came out this morning or this afternoon, and we fixed that in about 5 minutes. Make it waste of a day yesterday, that's for sure. So yeah, we gotta trim that change. It's a little bit long. She is crooked. Ah. My God. It's tricky because it's got to close this way and that way. And it's got to be level on each side, so. I like the built wide gate. It's got a good idea. So we're financially dedicated. Now, how much the real cost here would be, I think, posts. We bought a lot of posts. So I would say a couple grand in posts. Not even. Well, we bought a lot of posts for the pasturing that the pasture we made, but for here it wasn't many posts. I think 75 for the perimeter, and like the majority of it was here. So I think we're at $500 in metal for gates. Say $1,000 for posts. 300 maybe for wire and insulators. Tile, some tile drain. That's probably the most expensive stuff. Our culvert to make that road. Yeah, it's true, we made a road too, believe it or not. The road coming to here, we had to buy a culvert. That was $900, I think. Yeah, something like that. So not really much money and a lot of fuel. Well, not that much fuel. That excavator doesn't really burn much fuel, but just time. I think that's the biggest investment was time here. Spent, I want to say, well, we started 3 months ago. So, well, before and after would have been just fine and dandy. But bush line kind of came to here, and it was coming in this way. It was closing in. So, yeah, we didn't spend much money doing this. Just a lot of time, and we get paid like $4 an hour, so it's really cheap. No, we get paid fair wage, and we like what we do, and it was a really fun project. I'm just glad we got it done in time, because I don't want to be doing this in the winter. And it's going to be a nice bonfire. I feel like lighting it up right now. So yeah, let's I guess get packed up and get out of here. Well, we're burning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. This pile's still going. We started at 6:30 in the evening. And we finally got it to burn. It's snowing right now. It's kind of cold. The motor's keeping me warm and the fire. So we're just gonna push her up, and then I think we're gonna call her a night or a morning. I don't know where I'm at. All right. So it's the next day after we burned all that brush. I'm glad we did it last night, not today. It's really windy, so we wouldn't have been able to do this today. Just filling up the airbag on the dumper. We got some manure to haul. We had an inch of rain a couple days ago. It's still pretty wet, but we got manure kind of piling up, so we gotta do something. It's gonna be a heavy load. I like to fill her up. Yeah, winter's coming. Alright. Well, like you guys saw in the last video, first of all, welcome back to another video, everybody. It's Sunday, day after the burn. Look at how much room we got. So it was a giant success. The pile started here and all the way over there. It was huge. We started Saturday, kind of piling it in closer to, and we had a hell of a time getting this fire to go. My goodness. And we tried and tried. We tried to stay environmentally friendly by starting this fire, but we failed. So we ultimately had to change course Yeah, got a little wire to pick up. I don't know where those come from. Must be from those rubber trees. The ash. Oh, it's still hot. Oh, it's still really warm. Oh no, my boots are melting. Bad idea. So, got a little flame there. Didn't quite finish burning all this stuff here, but that's not too bad. I can live with that. But yeah, we tried and tried. We gave up. My brother gave up anyways. We called a couple friends over, have a couple beers while this pile burnt, and a bunch of people showed up, and started to rain a little bit. Fire was nothing really special. No one really stood around it. It was like, well, this is kind of a fail. I went home. I got some certain supplies, some liquids, some rubbers of some kind, and a big propane, like a roofing torch. And I brought some cedar posts up, nice dry, and I just stuck them right in the middle. And just fed her the beans for a little bit, and then she took off. And we had like a 20-foot flame at one point. A neighbor came over to see what the hell's going on up there. Now, unfortunately, we have to recover all these juice box containers everywhere. I don't know who drinks those juice boxes, but they put them everywhere. It's not it's a habit people have of just dropping it or throwing it into the fire. But we're gonna have cows here, so you know, can't have little turtles. You know, turtle might come up here, get stuck in those little 6-pack holders. So you know, we're just doing a little cleanup. Let the excavator warm up. We'll push some more stuff up. People ventured into crossing the gully instead of taking the road. We've got a little cabin up there. We had started the fire there just in case. This one wasn't going to work out, but that's pretty cool. I'm so excited for the next pile. We got to get that pile moved yet, but once we have it moved, probably in the same spot, we're gonna make another second attempt, another weekend burn. So I did talk to fire officials in our municipality, told them what I was doing, told them when I was doing it. He kind of told me, he didn't really give me permission, but he didn't really tell me not to, kind of to save his ass in a way. But I just told him, like, hold the truck. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing wrong if you see flames at this address. We're just burning stuff, burning piles. So you got to do that. Otherwise, anybody driving by will call, and then the fire department shows up, and then you have to tell them, no, it's fine, and it's just wasting everyone's time and money. So it's good that you call ahead. Even if you don't give the green light, you just let them know what you're doing. It was a little bit windy last night, but today's even windier. I'm glad we didn't do it today. It's funny because in this area we're surrounded by trees, but with the wind, it was making all kinds of... we would have wind from the north, and next we'd have wind from the south. It was just completely stirring it up in here. It was pretty interesting to see how the wind, you would think you would have more protection here, but it kind of a big mixing pot, this opening here. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how the cows do all winter here. If they're going to be able to, you know, seek shelter from the wind, or if it's just going to be flop, you know. Maybe they're going to be all huddled together up here by the water. I don't know. Anyways, I got my expansion tank out of the house. That was for the pasture. I just don't want it to... I drained it a long time ago. I don't want to keep it in the cold all winter. It's really expensive. So, I'm committing a farming sin. That is, I'm stripping topsoil. It's a very big no-no in farming. Do not touch the topsoil. But in this case, we're in a special scenario. It's 2 acres, it's a wintering site, and we have the right intentions. So we're taking the topsoil off so that we can get all the roots and stumps out of the way. As you can see behind me, it's mostly all gone. This tree stumps, just a little bit of roots left. But the whole idea is to be able to collect them all. We have to kind of take the top. We're gonna load up all this topsoil and make a big pile, kind of like a hedgerow, so that it can rot. All this stuff basically can rot. And once, it's gonna take a year or two, I think. And once it's basically all broken down, we can spread it back out on this land the same way it's supposed to be. We are gonna lose some. Once it dries out, it's easy for it to blow away. I made a little test hole here, see what kind of soil we got. We got about, well, I want to say at least 6 inches of nice black soil. It's quite light, but it's organic matter. And then we have sand, more like a loam, sandy, more sand than loam. And then we get into mixed rock, like gravel almost. So we get these little pebbles, big rocks, and once we go deep enough, we get into this clay. It's a light clay. It's not too heavy, but there is clay here, and that's about 4 feet, I'd say, right down there. But we're not getting this nice gravel right here. Can make roads with that if you get enough of it, but I don't want to dig anymore because I'm afraid we just might abandon this whole place as a wintering site and turn into a gravel pit. Yeah, but so I'm thinking water filtration and like the water being able to go through the soil is quite high. And then they say there's not much aluminum in sand, so it does not hold phosphorus very well, and it is prone to leaching. That's the other downside of it, but we have great water. It's never wet here. It's the whole idea is to have a nice wintering site so that we can keep cows in one spot for a long period of time. You're not supposed to do that, and it's hard to do because hoofs tromping around in the same spot, packs it, water can't go anywhere, it makes mud. Cows are not happy when they're in a wet, dirty environment. It's not good for them.